Hello, everybody. My name's Emily. I am an educator with MedCure Whole Body Donation, and today I am talking with Pam and Irene, two sisters who graciously donated their mother through our Whole Body Donation program, and they're here to tell us a little bit about that process and what our work here means to them. So good morning, ladies.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. So why don't you introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about yourselves before we start talking about your mom and what this organization means to you guys.
Well, I'm Pam, and I'm Doris's youngest daughter. And our mom actually, we actually discussed all of this with her several years, probably. We started discussing it with her before she passed away.
And I'm Irene, the oldest daughter. And like Pam says, we've been discussing it for many years. And in fact, Pam did a lot of research on different places to do, what was it you were looking for?
To donate to
donate to science.
Yeah.
And Pam narrowed it down to MedCure.
Wonderful. Now, when you said you started talking about this a couple years prior to your mother's passing, was this was her idea? These were her wishes? She wanted to donate her body to science?
Yes, she did, very much.
But we're talking like 10 years before.
Right.
Talked about it. We always talked about it.
Yeah. So what prompted her to want to do this? What was it? What was behind that decision?
Well, she's always interested in medical research, and she just wanted to be a part of it. And she didn't want to just be buried.
Right.
It wasn't that what she wanted to do. She didn't want to just be buried and end it that way when she thought she could be of some help.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what her choice was. She wanted, initially we had a program here through our medical college where you could donate your body, but
yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, they stopped doing that. And so when they stopped doing that, I started researching other places because that is really what she wanted to do.
She's not big on funerals and all that stuff either, you know, everybody coming together and grieving and that. So she didn't want anything like that either. She just wanted to be gone and have a party, you know.
Well, she sounds like a really smart lady. So what, when you were making your decision, which program to go through, what was it that made you choose MedCure?
Well, I did my research, and I wanted someplace that was very reputable. I really loved that she could have her ashes scattered at sea, because one of her favorite things to do was read about shipwrecks and things like that. And her grandfather was a captain of a ferry boat.
Oh.
So she always loved, water and boats and ships and things like that. And I knew she would love that idea. And so, I went over all these things with her, and she just loved that idea. She chose the option to be scattered, to have the ashes scattered at sea.
Her grandfather captained the ferry boat that used to go from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Until close that down and you use the bridge now.
Yeah. And I even saved several of her books that she had on shipwrecks and things like that. She used to read those for as long as she could still read. So she really enjoyed reading about things like that, and she liked that option very much. And then afterwards, when you added the stories about the memorials that you did, where you have the ships that go out into the Depot Bay, Oregon area. She would have loved that.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm so glad. That is such a cool connection. I had no idea, obviously.
Yeah, it was perfect. Perfect.
Now you two, I know you're one of our strongest supporters as a donor family, and you're very involved with the work we're still doing. So what is it that keeps you involved and keeps you kind of interested in the work that we're doing and makes you such strong advocates for this option?
Well, there's a lot of benefits. It takes a lot of the burden off the family, after going through a difficult period. There's no cost to the family. They give you choices of what you want to do with the remains. If you want them, like mom chose, scattered to sea, or if you want to be given the ashes in an urn or whatever. So they take care of all that for you, and there's no obligation to you and no worry.
That is true.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we're happy to do that. That is definitely part of the service that we do offer, and we're happy that we were able to take that kind of stress off of you guys as well when you were when your mother had passed. Obviously, that's a very stressful time, so we're happy that we were able to make some of those decisions easier for you.
And we're not using the bodies anymore.
All right.
We have no use for it, and you're even actually saving room in cemeteries.
Mm-hmm.
Which eventually are going to be too full.
Right, you get a dignified way to end your life instead of just being buried. Right.
So.
No, I was just going to say the same thing as Irene said, that when our mom passed away, in our case, they worked just perfectly seamlessly with our mother's nursing home and her hospice care.
Mm-hmm.
And with us, and they just came right in and took care of everything. All we had to do was just, we just had time to just sit with our mom and with each other, and they took care of all the details.
And then we had a memorial service right at the nursing home for her. Beautiful. Several days later.
It just took all the stress away from us at that time. It was so much easier.
There's really no negatives.
No, there are no negatives.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
There's no cons to doing it. I don't see why not.
No, and when we saw how it worked with our mom, I mean, we knew that it was right for us.
Oh, and also our brother signed up.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I mean, I that really does kind of go right into my last question for you, which is just, what do you wish more people knew about whole body donation, kind of as an option that you don't think is kind of mainstream information?
They need to know exactly how much stress it will take from their families when they pass away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's remarkable how much easier it makes how much easier it is on the whole family.
I think one of the reasons people don't do it is because they are so mindset that you have to have a funeral and bury your loved ones, and they are so set on that. Like our one sister will not do it, not because of her, but because her husband wants her to be buried next to him when they both die.
Right.
But otherwise, she would probably do it too. It's just people of that mindset. You must have a funeral and be buried. And if people could realize that that's really not necessary, you can still have a service.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
And you can still have the ashes if you want them, and that's what people need to realize.
Yes.
That they don't have to do that just because everybody else is doing it.
Right. This is a better way to do it.
Right.
This is a much better way.
And it's helpful.
Yes.
In so many ways.
Well, that is wonderful. Thank you, ladies, so much for not just your generosity and your amazing gift of, helping to advance medical education and scientific research by offering your mother to us when she passed away, but also just for your support and for this couple minutes that you were able to share with us.